Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Talking Horses. Anthony Stabile and Andy Serling. We kick off our 12:35 post, which is the expected post throughout the meet, save an odd day here or there.
The rest of the Belmont and Aqueduct at Big A meeting.
What's it going to be when we go to Aqueduct at Aqueduct? Is
it
going to be
I was
Aqueduct
talking to
at Big
Phil.
A?
I was talking about Phil.
Phil's doing post times for us now?
They call it Royal Aqueduct.
Yeah,
I was talking to Phil about
Nick
this.
calls it.
I thought we went to 12:10 or 12:20 last year. Does that ring a bell? 12:20?
I don't know. It's gonna do it to be copacetic with the post times for Churchill Downs. So, but I don't.
I felt like it was 12:20, but I could be wrong. After daylight savings.
That I wouldn't know. We seem to spin the wheel on post times around here. We're trying to be more consistent now. Anyway, head over to Naira Bets. Obviously, I'm a member of Naira Bets. Play through Naira Bets. Use promo code MATCH200. We will match the $200 of your initial deposit.
Get the money.
We have a pick six carryover, 71,000, I believe, and change today.
Sounds about right. It's coming.
I'm willing to wait.
1, 2, 3, boom.
I'm willing to wait. Take your time, guys. $71,284 in
the kitty.
carryover. Starts in race number 4 of our 9-race card. We also have a $15 bonus. Now, we don't like slates that tell you what to do, so we'll try to help you with this. If you bet 75 or more on both Delaware and Belmont today, I consulted a forensic expert, and he agrees with this, what it is. You get $15 back. You got to opt in over at Naira Bets.
You can't play it at the casino. You have to play it at the racing at Delaware Park.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yes. If you run down to Delaware and play the casino, so your Naira Bets account. What else do we have?
You got to opt into that too, by the way.
As I said, Belmont the Big A contest. We see the pools with $2,000, $300 buy-in, online only play through Naira Bets. You don't know it from that slate, but to find more information on this, you go to naira.com/contest. Is it contest or contest? Who would know?
I don't know. I think if you just go to naira.com.
I like how the slates keep you guessing. You know, I think it's good to keep people on their toes when they see slates. Like, they show a picture of a soda.
By the way,
that could just be like a soda. That could be like a new advertising
thing's gigantic
campaign.
too, right? Like this
There's
scared me a little.
no room to get that /contest. Should be like an advertisement for soda. That could be like a new thing, just somebody holding a generic can.
Remember when former Mayor Bloomberg wanted to get rid of all the sugar soda?
He would have been right. He would have been doing a lot of people a lot of favors, including me.
Make a great point.
Though I don't drink that much soda. Right? So I've been drinking a little bit of soda lately, but it was the first time in a long time.
I've tried to cut down on my diet soda intake myself.
Sodas well, sugar sodas are particularly bad. I can't drink diets.
I don't drink that stuff.
12:30 to 5. FS2 today, covering the races from the Big A. All right.
That was probably my biggest downfall when I was younger.
What?
Regular soda. I probably put on the bulk of my weight drinking regular soda.
Okay. Mayor Bloomberg was right. Race number 1 features a return of North Pole. I don't think he'll be 1 to 2. We'll go back 2 races for him and take a look at his race at Saratoga on August 19th. He was one of the worst favorites of all time last time. I mean, it's hard to imagine. He was 6 to 5, and the morning lines, and Anthony and I have both agreed the horse that ran 1-2 would be the favorites in there. And it's funny because I was talking with Irad Ortiz earlier in the day. We were talking about a different horse he was riding. He said to me, "Why do you think this horse is favored?" And I said, "Because you're riding it." And I said to him, "You must sometimes go to the paddock and look at the board and see that you're riding a horse that's 8 to 5 and wondering why you're favored." And when this horse ran and lost last time, I saw him after the race. I said, "Case in point." And he said, "Yeah, I was surprised the horse was favored."
I didn't believe in it as much until we got to Saratoga. Saratoga was ridiculous. But I'll tell you what, there have been a handful down here, and this is Exhibit A. The fact that this horse was 6 to 5.
That was insane.
If he's 6 to 5 into one of them.
Well, he's 6 to 5.
It's a different story. He was 6 to 5 into 2.
He shouldn't have been 6 to 5
right.
into either one of them by themselves. It's very odd. Now, what's interesting about that was the odds were very similar on the 3 horses. If you look at the exacta and double pools, the CAW money, where they obviously got it right. He'll be favored. I don't think he'll be 1 to 2.
He's 4 to 5 on the morning line.
Well,
where else? I mean, David has to make this horse.
Only a person who's not really handicapping would leave him out of their top 3. And it's very, very hard to make cases for horses 3 through 6. I mean,
very much so.
It's just, I mean, obviously, now the track is muddy. Is it harrowed? I bet it's harrowed.
I don't remember
guys
what
have
the
a
sheet
shot
said.
in the truck.
Yeah.
Maybe they could look. I did not look. I can't.
Well, I can't. I mean, we're not supposed to. We got enough rain for the rest of the millennium. In the last
we
5
had a long
days.
run without rain. We got over
We did,
4
but
inches
that was
of rain.
crazy, Andy. It never stopped. It was like somebody turned the faucet on and it just didn't stop.
5 days of rain. Every time I kept going out,
So we
I
got over
rain.
4 inches of rain. For those of you wondering why we're off the turf.
Yeah, no.
And it's muddy. I would imagine we got a nice little breeze out there today. It's sunny. It's warm.
It's got to be harrowed and drying out.
I would imagine it's harrowed.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
unless
don't hold me to
somebody
that,
runs a
but-
freakishly good performance, it's very hard for the one not to be 1-2 in this race, even off the short rest, 6 days. As far as River of No Return, I just think it's a simple case of this is the only possible alternative you could make.
Only
He didn't
one.
run that badly last time. The horse who was second was 8-5 last there. He showed speed, trying to get a mile and 1/8 at Saratoga. Now it's a mile. He is the other horse in this race, and a race where it's very hard to pick North Pole. Well, I suppose he could win
I got
tonight.
nothing else to say. I mean, I guess Mucho Macho Man.
I
Lucky
said an
Mucho
interesting
Man.
thing to me about North Pole in particular. He said he's a frustrating horse because he's hard. You know, he said he's a tough horse because he's got a lot of energy early, and you feel like he's got a lot to give, so you're trying to harness it, and then you ask him for it. You come in the stretch, and he just doesn't have the
Yeah,
response.
he's on
you
top
would
of quick.
expect.
He's on top of quick paces, especially
No,
for the class.
he feels like a runner. I mean, he's not. Listen, he is the horse to beat in here. I don't care what anybody says. And at some point,
It's
and it
impossible
usually
to
happens
take
around
it.
February, they find the field,
Right.
and he has from 3 to 6 found the right field because you want to make case for somebody else, be our guest, but it's very hard to do that. So, point of River of No Return. I feel like North Pole was the River of No Return in this race. Just where do you go? Race number 2 is off the turf.
Wonder where the River of No Return is. I feel like I might be on it.
You make a great point.
Astray on a pontoon boat.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Sure,
about
Andy.
race
What's
number
your
2.
question?
How do you look at this race where there are 8 horses left? I believe it's 8 or 7. I think it's 8. It's 8.
It's 8.
And not have spinning colors in your top 4.
I probably slept that a little bit. I don't.
Well, he
you
is the
know,
horse to beat. I mean, he's overwhelmingly the horse to beat.
I mean, I guess.
Well, he chased Maple Leaf Mel in his first start, who's obviously very talented. Finished behind Security Code. It's sort of been shown that last race is probably a little bit better than it looks.
That's my fault.
Bob,
It's supposed to be 12:10.
Well,
I mistyped. I'll fix it on the website too. Could you guys make that 12:10, please?
yeah.
I apologize. That's my bad. That's scribbled numbers. 12:10:57. I'll change the website when we go to break.
The problem with the 12 is the 10 should be favored, and the 12 is going to be favored. And the 12, who has the pedigree to handle the dirt, there's no question about it, and Danny Gargan has won a few races recently, though mostly with logical horses, is the 12 is going to be favored off a turf race, whereas the 10 has the dirt races. To me, the 10 is just a much better gamble, because the 12, you're assuming that a horse that Danny put in the turf the first time and entered in the turf the second time is going to handle the dirt. Now, he might, but he's a horse that I want to avoid here at a short price.
Okay. Yeah, you have those low. The horse ran well first time, I guess. But you're right. All those points.
I mean, I'm just not going to take those horses. I'm going to take who presumes to be the best dirt horse. And I mean, I don't think you should completely disregard Irish Empress for Tolly Lynch. You've got third, I've got second in here. Why not? Horse ran against some okay horses. Why did Rudy scratch Maddie's Grace?
No idea.
Would
no
that horse
idea.
been one of the favorites?
I would. Yeah. I mean, I guess after last time. I don't know. Maybe something happened last time and keep the horse off the dirt. I don't know. Okay. Irish Empress. There was a little push on Irish Empress first time.
It was bad opinion. It was a bad tip.
Yeah.
It was a bad tip. Horse was terrible. But on the dirt, I'm giving it a chance. I'm going to play against the
off the
12 in the
turf.
second race. You've got the 12 on top. I'm not betting based on a turf race, but obviously I understand why he can win. Race number 3. You've got a call. You got to.
I wanted to fix the website.
Okay. You can make the call.
I
Now
wanted
you want to fix the website?
Yeah.
Now you want to fix it. Okay. 'Cause you had. Okay. Race number 3. We'll take a look at Mama's Gotta Run's win last time. I don't think there's any denying if Mama's Gotta Run runs that last race. She's going to be tough. I'm not exactly sure where it came from. The second horse is Safi Joseph Synth horse.
Well, hold on a minute. She ran a similar fig in May.
She did.
When she broke her maiden.
At 5.5 furlongs in Indiana. The problem is
Horseshoe Indy, Andy,
the
please.
problem is the rest of her races are terrible.
Yeah, they're
So
not very good.
how are you supposed to trust her? I mean, obviously you don't completely trust her. You didn't
I
put her on
second.
top.
No, I put her second.
Yeah, I'm going to put her. I'm going to bet against her. I'm going to make a bet in this race on the horse I have on top. We'll get to her. You've got Dame Cinco on top.
Dame Cinco.
Dame Cinco.
Yes, give me 5. I tell Johnny I that. Dame Cinco is give me 5 in Spanish. She's in form. I know the race back at Keeneland before the break, and then she came back. She raced well going the mile. She's going to make her 3rd start for a different barn now, but she's run through a couple of barns already. And
do you want to say it? You believe this horse is being run off the previous trainer's training.
And I do believe that to a degree. Yeah, I mean, the horse is coming back in 2 weeks, and you know, for a horse that had 6 weeks between starts and 4 months between starts, are coming back. But yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. And you know what? If you subscribe to that theory, you're going to get a square enough price on this horse because she's going to be 3rd choice at the very least.
Yeah, I'm not sure of that, but maybe. I don't know.
I mean, Mama's Got a Run's going to be bet.
Yeah, well, no, the 6 is going to be favored.
And I would imagine that they're going to bet some money on I'm Nervous Now.
I guess, no, they're not going to bet that horse. But they're going to bet the horse on the rail because Irad's riding.
And Nyrad's horse.
That's why they're going to bet that horse. They're not going to bet the 2. But I like the 3, Cupid's Girl. Cupid's Girl is an interesting horse for Jimmy Ryerson. I think her last 2 races are real improvements, particularly last time. You looked at that field she ran with last time, and one horse after another. You look at race 2 back. The 4th horse came back and improved 8 points. The 3rd horse ran on the turf, but other horses were involved and actually ran fairly well. And you look at the race she was in last time, she was running against significantly better horses than these. And I started to look through it. I don't particularly think the 1 is very good, and she'll take money because of Irad. The 2 obviously can't win. The 6 I don't trust at all, though clearly she can win. And I don't trust the 5. She's coming. I get it. It's 13 days. Maybe running back for a trainer, but that's a trainer. His horses are putting up otherworldly numbers off the claim on the dirt. And I think the 3 is actually a little bit better than her last 2 races make her look. I'm betting Cupid's Girl in this race. I don't know if she'll be the biggest price on the board, but I don't think she should be. But I'm betting on Cupid's Girl.
Oh, I think she will be.
Really?
Yeah, Charlie off the claim will take money.
Okay, I'm going to bet you that she's a shorter price than the 2.
Oh, we could bet that.
Where are we?
You betting a lot of money?
Where?
You're going to move the board?
I know we're at 120. I assume I don't know if we had
I think we pushed the other day.
We did.
Though somebody told you we pushed.
Yeah, I think we pushed. Yeah, okay. So, right, we had 2 bets. So I'll take the 3 is shorter than 2.
Yeah.
1 or 2?
You think the 3 is shorter? 2's fine.
2.
Yeah, I think they bet Charlie Baker.
I don't
You see
think
Charlie's
they do,
numbers off the claim and stuff. The short numbers he's over 30% off the
Famous horse
claim.
from Saffie Joseph. This horse beat one of the worst fields in the history of racing last time. Does Charlie know this is a turf horse? Have you told him this is a turf horse?
You're going to talk about, I mean...
If you told Charlie this is a turf horse, because you told everybody it was a turf horse last time.
Yeah.
You should tell Charlie.
Yeah.
He could. You know what? You'll have to go see him personally because he doesn't.
You know what the funny thing is?
He doesn't answer his phone or answer text.
Charlie answers me. Talk to Charlie.
You can let him know. Charlie, Anthony wants to let you know.
Who broke my chops about? Oh, you know who broke my chops about this? Jose Ortiz. Coming back after the race.
You deserve it.
This was a turf horse?
Yeah, good. Thanks for watching, Jose, and thanks even better for giving him a hard time because he deserved it. I'm glad you were there to do it. I wasn't.
It was Jose.
Jose, you just
That's
moved.
right.
Jose's already pretty high in my book, but now he's
That's
moving
what I needed to start
higher.
closing week of that bludgeoning. Jose Ortiz to break my chops about a 20,
You deserved
about a 40
it. You fully and completely deserved it. That is funny, actually. That is funny. He's paying attention. Race number 4.
They're all watching, Andy.
Race number 4 is off the turf.
OTT.
We went to Rudy's horse, whose form is horrendous.
I did.
Okay.
You could have ended that statement at Rudy's horse. Yeah, Rudy's horses are running. And this was another one, very popular at the claim box, though. She does not do a ton of running.
Why I don't know.
I'm sorry?
Why I don't know.
Yeah, she's very. That's it's funny you said that because she's been
every time she's been in for a tag, she's been claimed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's almost like a wise guy horse at the claim box. And now Rudy. This is no offense to Dave Duggan or Brittany Russell.
With his MTOs.
Yeah, Rudy's smart with his MTOs, and Rudy's good with the claims, and it's a house horse. He claimed the horse for himself.
Horse was awful last time.
Horse was not very good last time. No.
That's why I put him second down.
No.
There aren't too many places to go here,
and that's
obviously.
the other thing, right?
That's why I've got Our Jessica on top. If you look at Our Jessica, I actually think that she's been in decent enough form lately. And while she's obviously a better turf horse than dirt horse, I thought she ran enough in her dirt races that I would pick her over a horse to 16 who I just can't take at a super short price. Not that she's going to be any kind of big price. I mean, judging what we think of the race, I've got the 14 Infringement third for Randy.
Remember her dam, Our Jessica? Trained her dam.
Oh, John Morrison. Yeah.
That's part of that family, right?
Cody Samora, she didn't run that long ago.
Yeah.
She win first time out and pay a big price, or she has a win somewhere at a crazy big price.
Rajiv, I want to say.
Rajiv. He didn't come visit in Saratoga. He never told us what happened.
Called me from a Jamaican number one day.
Yeah. He's got a business in Jamaica.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say. Christophe leaves the 6 in my wake again. Maybe the horse will be better on the turf. The horse can't run on the turf, so hopefully the horse is better on the dirt, but I suppose it's not impossible.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens in race number 4, which kicks off the pick 6, where I'm at. I thought Mazabeth wasn't totally ridiculous, though the one dirt race was atrocious. So a little hard to like that horse. Rossio leaves the 1 in. I'll go 9-16. You'll go 16-9.
There's the carryover. 71-284.
There it is. Race number 5. Schedule for the dirt. It's so easy for you when Majestic Tiger's in. Let me ask you a question. You had him when he won, when Wayne Potts was winning with every single horse he trained, and he paid $10. Have you given back 2 or 3 times of it by picking him every single time virtually he's been entered since
You want to
then?
break my chops about this? I didn't know where to go in here.
Well, there's an obvious source to go to here, and that's the 4 Jade's Dream. I don't like Majestic Tiger. I guess he's not impossible in here, but Jade's Dream raced 2 back. This was one in Saratoga. I felt this was one of my better picks that I didn't get paid for, because if he didn't jump up at the start, you're going to see him jump up at the start, and he spots him and he just drops himself out of the race. The thing is, he's not that slow, and this was a race that was dominated by forward horses. This horse made some run. You pick this horse up top of the stretch. I remember watching this race and thinking, he's too far back to win. He's the last one on the outside. No, he's on the outside, guys.
They have the wrong...
No, there we go, with the green hat. No, they were right. They were right. He was
okay.
inside, 2 outside. And, I mean, you could see here he was charging. It just was too much ground for him to make up. And he made a pretty valiant attempt here, all things considered. And once again, not a field where anybody else did any kind of significant closing in this race. And he was really, really, really running at the end. He's found himself in the right field today. I mean, I just don't know who else you could take in here. I guess Forest Wood Lane is okay. But why Majestic Tiger?
I'm hoping Mr. Briggs goes from the inside and Majestic Tiger gets back to where he likes it best and just kind of sidles up alongside of him and gets first jump on Jade's Dream.
Isn't Jade's Dream supposed to be ahead of him?
I mean, he could be, I guess. I don't know. He's a weird horse, man. Some days he's out the back. Some days he's in front.
I'm guessing he's more forward today.
Well, we'll see.
Comes out of a ridiculous field. I thought he was way the worst to beat here. I like 4 3s. And I'm even going to throw in the speed of Mr. Briggs. I mean, there was a time when he would win this race. Obviously, his form before the layoff was atrocious. He's been off 9 months. But, he comes back in for the waiver. I mean, based on his form, it is surprising they wouldn't be happy to lose him for 14.
I think the Canamachis always take advantage of that.
But it's a decision you still want to make. I mean, do you think he can't run anymore? I'm going to run him for 14. I mean, I guess the argument is you put that much time into getting him back in the races.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose him right away, but who the heck is going to claim him? He didn't get claimed last time and he was eased. Why would somebody claim him today? But we'll see. I thought he was usable as the speed in this race. 4 with a little 1-3 for me. We'll take a break. Be back after a quick break.
For almost 150 years, the Saratoga name has been synonymous with the finest quality, sustainably sourced spring water available anywhere. Saratoga carries on the rich tradition of its forefathers by crafting each stunning blue glass bottle with the same attention to detail and care that has been its hallmark for generations. Visit SaratogaSpringwater.com today or ask for us by name at your local market or restaurant. Saratoga Spring Water. Make every day exquisite.
Welcome back to Talking Horses. Anthony Stabile, Andy Serling, off the turf today. We are muddying off. Imagine that's a track that will be drying out as the day goes on. But as Anthony mentioned, 5 days, 4 inches of rain.
Saturday,
well,
unbelievable.
For those of you that are in this area, you know it's just been.
I was sitting at Citi Field last night. I was
wondering what kind of idiot would go to that game.
I went. There was a good amount of people there. The tarp didn't leave at 4 o'clock when it was supposed to start, like all the Major League Baseball games did yesterday. I was saying to myself, I wonder what's going to go on here, because the forecast looked clear. Started pouring for like 3 minutes, and then it missed it on and off until about 6 o'clock when they finally took the tarp off about 5:30 and played. Crazy. Did not stop raining for 5 days. Yeah. Me and Phil only had 1 cigar together in the last week and a half. It's amazing.
Maybe the rain will save your tongue from cancer. Race number 6 off the turf. So what'd you do here?
We flip-flopped.
Yeah, I should have put the 2/3. Go ahead.
I mean, I guess, see, you don't have to trust the last race. And I mean, obviously, the Fast and the Furious race, I mean, where that came from is...
He runs that race, he's going to win here.
He runs that race, he's going to lap the field.
No, but he's going to win.
Andy, a 90?
Yeah, I understand.
You know?
I think there's interesting horses in here, but okay.
And the problem is his other 2 dirt races, while they were at the beginning of his career, they were as a 4-year-old because he started late. They're nowhere near as fast as that, but with some improvement, and you can argue that this horse may have just started improving a little bit.
Mount Athos came back and ran badly as a favorite. His next start, he's kind of a proven loser. He had trouble in there. I'm not wholly convinced in that race. I probably should have put my 3rd horse second. I also think Blinding Light's going to be on top of him. And Blinding Light's dirt race is pretty good. For whatever reason, they decided to go to the turf with this horse, and it wasn't a bad move, but that horse's first race was pretty good.
Yeah, it was
5.5 furlongs.
It was a good race.
I get it, but that horse ran. That was a big number. I thought that was a pretty good horse. So I've got him on top. I think that the interesting horse in this race, and an absolute must use it here, and I'm not going to knock that Sugar Ray Leonard is impossible here. He's not, but I don't really think he's a major threat to beat both the 2 and 3. The interesting horse is Digital Future. And it's interesting, I almost wondered when Ray claimed this horse if he would consider running on the dirt anyway. This horse ran once in the dirt, and I know it's Chad Brown and Korovich, but this horse went off at 8-5 first time out. And chased the pace in the slop and stopped. But don't you feel like it's possible that they gave up a little bit quickly on giving this horse a try on the dirt? That one bad effort on a sloppy sealed track.
Sloppy sealed track as a 2-year-old, yeah, of course.
You know, and I sometimes wonder with these horses if maybe the right surface to go back to is dirt. You know, think about Wesley Ward's horse that scratched out of this race, right? The Sheriff Bianca that Linda claimed. Well, he just gave up on this horse. He ran at Ascot. This horse ran okay in the turf. This horse is no monster on the turf. And he never even thought about the fact this horse ran second to Cowan. I don't care what the fig was first time. They don't have figs. Cowan's Estate was a pretty good horse, you know, for Steve Asmussen. And it's like they never considered running back on the dirt until Linda did an off-the-turf race, right? So, you know, Digital Future scares me a little bit in this race.
Okay.
You know, don't you see what I'm saying with him?
No.
Because here's the thing.
There it is.
Sugar Ray Leonard. Do you really think he rates to beat both the 2 and 3? I mean, I don't disagree with you. There's an argument he's the third horse here.
But he's the 3rd horse, isn't he?
I mean, Spectro has absolutely no chance whatsoever, Charlie Baker or not. This horse with Digital Future, I wonder if they gave up. And you know, you go to the turf, it's Street Boss and all those things, but Street Boss can win in the dirt. I don't know. I think that this is.
See who Spectro was claimed from?
Fine me. Why is that funny?
No, originally.
Oh yeah, he likes to take shots at me on Twitter. Yeah, he's really.
From where?
No, he works for somebody.
Oh.
He works for somebody because he was challenging a guy to a fight on Twitter, and he had to say where he worked.
Guy said the greatest thing to me of all time.
Yeah, but yeah, he likes to trash me on Twitter. He's really
the most outlandish thing that's ever been said to me. And that's
so
a bold
race
statement.
number 7, we are off the turf. There are some surprising scratches in here.
Yes.
Breadman came out. Breadman was a lot shorter, John.
On the dirt than on the turf.
Especially when he was left in here. He was like the co-second choice, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was the co-second choice with Curlin's Wisdom.
With Curlin's Wisdom, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the others I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised they scratched marinara sauce. It's odd that this is a turf horse for Loudman. They don't even want to try on the dirt. So, but I mean, I don't trust Street Czar, to be honest. But it's hard to get by the 80 that was ran first time out.
Yeah, and he got cooked
But I
up
would use
last
Curlin's
time.
wisdom as much. I actually thought about going 9-1 because this was going to be a strong favorite in here, and I'm not sure there's going to be a strong favorite. Trying to get a mile, not confident the horse wants a mile. Horse was interesting on the turf, has some pedigree. I would just use the 1 and 9 in this race. I don't know.
It's very hard. It's very, very hard.
The Agent Creed, I'm guessing. You know, it's a Jimmy Creed, so I respect.
So Jimmy Creed would have never ran on the dirt.
I even got. How about Can't Beat Me? One thing about Can't Beat Me. This horse was with a 6% trainer.
Yeah, running in
Horse has
open
that
company
165
races.
at Oak
Yeah.
Lawn behind Zozos running off by 10 lengths. By the way, Zozos. Speaking of horses that disappeared, did he run once after he ran the Arkansas? Or no, I think he ran the Louisiana Derby.
Yes.
Did he run maybe a Matt Wynn type race? Has he run since then? Well, he was a promising horse. I mean, that race this horse ran, the one there was huge. He'll reappear when Oakland opens in about 10 minutes for their 8-month meet. I'm going to use 1s and 9s equally.
Yeah.
I probably should have got 9-1 just to take the bigger price, but whatever. Race number 8's a bit of a skullbuster.
Yeah, I had a problem with the 8th.
We'll start with Mozienko. And I think, and you've got him on top, her on top, you have to use her.
I'll be honest with you, I had a little bit, I know the stupid thing is to take the favorite, but she's just a hot hand right now. I mean,
No, I'm not going to. I got her second. I'm not against her.
she handles a workload, right? This is going to be her 5th race since July 15th.
Dennis has made $250,000 with this horse
$250,000 with
What do you claim?
Mozienko.
Hey, he claimed.
He's one of the hockey players, right?
That horse, I think so. Yeah, he claimed that horse game token from Gary Contessa for $7,500 and won over $300,000 with the horse. That's that horse I picked to pay
My
the big
dad
price
used to
ago.
ride Dennis when Dennis was
No,
a 10-pound
I know he used to
bug.
ride. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I like Dennis. Obviously, I mean, I've been, as you know, I've been a fan of his for a long time.
I mean, really good claim, and
She
just, I mean,
keeps
just
running,
keeps
and
making
I mean, to
money.
leave her out is ridiculous. She just shows up every single time. The question is bank on Anna, and I give you credit. You were on top of this. You, for whatever reason, you knew this horse was Phil's horse was going to run, and it's been the absolute opposite. Saratoga, everything Phil ran huge.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Here, they can't get out of their own way. Look at Leave Me Alone.
Back to earth.
Leave Me Alone, who ran so well to win the spinaway. Nothing in the Frisette.
She ran
There's
third.
quite a-
She wound up running third, right?
Did she run third?
I think
Okay,
she did.
I apologize. She ran third. But his horses were great in Saratoga, and
You know who ran well in there? Terranova horse ran really well in there.
he ran second.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Chocolate,
Choco Gelato won.
You're my girl.
Choco Gelato was a little bit tepid on the board at 8-5. I thought she would have been a bigger favorite. I'm worried about the
Terranova's
distance.
filly, You're my girl. I feel he battled back along the inside.
Oh yeah, she did run well. That was Randy's horse. The
She
horse that
ran
won
really-
first
she
time.
ran really
She
well.
did run very
It's a
well.
nice
yeah.
race.
No, I watched it. I just couldn't remember.
New York
which
bred.
Yeah,
Very
the one
nice
that
race.
won
A
by
couple of
15
them
up in
between her and
Saratoga.
Maple Leaf Mel. You got a couple of really nice New York bred 2-year-old fillies out there.
She's a good 2-year-old filly.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I think Chocolate Gelato is probably the favorite for the Breeders' Cup.
I would think so.
We'll see what
That was a
happens
good
in
race.
that
That was a good race the other day.
Gigantic field.
Both of those horses
and the
ran well.
Alcibiades,
Yeah,
but
right.
I mean, nobody's running big figures.
No.
And she's, I think Chocolate Gelato is supposed to be, at this point, she has to be the favorite. I don't think there's anybody on the West Coast, the Phillies, that is particularly scary. So I'm going to go against Bank on Anna. Phil's going to win a race here before I bet it. They ran great in Saratoga, but they're not running. And Secret Love, she's okay. I mean, she's not impossible. She can obviously win.
I put a third. I put Bank on Anna third. It's just, for me, it was. I put Secret Love fourth. For me, it was too many layoff lines with Patty H, and it's hard to make the inside two fillies.
Oh, I can bet Patty H here. She
Yeah?
can win. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Patty H can win here. She's got some good races. I want to use her off the layoff for your man, Tony Dutrow. No info on Tony?
No,
You got negative info.
I have heard
It's your only
nothing
good
here.
info this year has been Tony Dutrow. You've had plugged into that barn. Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously. Movie Moxie, as far as her, she came to life last time. She actually showed she can still run. She lost to two good horses. Plum Cottage, the winner, is coming back in the TCA Thoroughbred Club America at Keeneland on Saturday. And she's got back races that are good, so if she's back in form, I thought she could win in here, and I thought she could be a little bit forward in here. Maybe not, I don't know. She has no speed based on her races, but she at least showed some last time. I'm going to use Movie Moxie. I'm going to use 4, 6, 7 here. Stay away from the horses that come out of the Bank on Anna race.
I just want some 4s and 6s.
And the last race, the problem with the last race is that if you had looked at Friday's card, you would have known that every one of the MTOs can't run. And they're the only horses that can win in this race, that have any form whatsoever to go on. And that makes this race a little bit problematic because there's just no dirt form. Now, I think it's a wonderful and beautiful thing that you and Chad Summers are pals again. I really do, but you can have the sleepy chipmunk.
I don't know why you keep saying this.
Well, it's clear. I think
Why
it's
is it
nice that
clear?
you guys are reunited. Shows you're not as stubborn
What
as
are
you
you
used to be.
supposed to do with these horses?
Well, I have no interest in this horse, who lost to some pretty weak horses. Well, my first opinion in this race is I don't want the 8 Sense a Giant. I've got him third. Obviously, he can win. I mean, I don't think, even the idiots that don't understand how to play multi-race bets understand you have to use a lot of horses in this race. But this horse, because it's Todd Pletcher and Irad Ortiz, is going to be favored in here. And this horse hasn't done this much running in any race that he's been in. And
it was a quick drop for the tag,
Todd
too.
Pletcher made no interest in running this horse in the dirt. None. As bad as this horse ran the turf, Todd didn't say, let me enter in a bad maiden dirt race. Because I don't know if anyone wants him for 20,000. I doubt he would get claimed. You know what I mean? Like, Todd does not want to run this horse in dirt. What is going on here? Would you turn your down, please?
How loud? Thank God that thing wasn't in my ear, huh?
Why don't you just pull it out once you get the bottom? Do you want me to get up and do it?
Wow.
Guys, you're going to blow somebody's ear out up here if you do stuff like that.
Thought it was my phone for a second.
But I think the fact that Todd's shown no interest in running,
It's a good point.
despite the fact that this horse has not lifted.
Not a
up.
great point, but it's a
Look,
good point. And this horse
I'm
went
not saying he can't win.
straight
but
from the special to the
this
straight
horse
from the
is-
special to
well,
the
they're
tag.
New York breds. It's a homebred, so where's she supposed to go with this horse? Just can't run. Could he win here? Yeah, he could. And Ableton, who will vie for favoritism because of his turf races, I guess he could win. He's a twirling candy, so I suppose there's some dirt pedigree there. I thought that the 5 Kimbo Dancer, who's supposed to be in front here, was a little bit interesting. This has got plenty of speed. One time he ran was a sloppy sealed track. Obviously didn't do a lot of running in that race. I just took a shot this horse would go to the front in a race that's just hopeless. I'm not making a big thing about the 5. The horse is going to be a big price. And I cannot defend horses like the 8. Who's going to, you have to admit, isn't the 8 going to be favored here?
You would imagine.
Irad and Todd?
Yeah. And had the sleepy chipmunk home.
Okay, good luck with that. He can obviously win.
3 versus 5 for a
Anyone's
lunch?
going to win. No.
Come
Stop.
on.
Yours is going to be 3 to 1 or 7 to 1. Mine's going to be 25 to 1.
You think he wasn't going to be? No shot.
15, 18?
I don't know. They're going to see the first dirt race isn't really that bad.
Well, yes, it is. But regardless, no.
Come
You can
back.
give me 4 to 1.
I'm giving you 4 to 1. Out of here, Andy.
You can give me whatever the multiple is on the horses. It's 122, by
I'm
the way.
not doing anything.
Thank you, Steve, for reminding me. It's because
I'm
the
not-
horse that I picked
I'm
against
not-
Andy's horse was eased. My horse, not even eased. He just couldn't keep up.
That was bad information. You know what? I'm not taking it. I ain't giving you no prices. I got enough problems, Andy. I'm on
I
a
ain't
river.
gonna
I'm
give
on
you
a
no
river of no
prices.
return. On the river of
You
no
ain't kidding.
return.
Anyhow, we're done.
He
You
named that
need to
horse
head over to
after
Naira
me.
Bets. I need to get some food before I go to
Time you on early?
12:30. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, both days I have things to do. They have New York Film Festival tonight. Saw a very, very good movie called Tar.
I saw you were very excited on Twitch.
Tar is good with Kate Blanchett. Unbelievable. It's over 2.5 hours. I think she's on screen almost the entire time. She's unbelievable. I saw a lot of good movies. I saw a good foreign movie. I think it won a Cannes called Triangle of Sadness. It's not. It's funny. It's a comedy mostly. I saw Till, a movie about Emmett Till. Very good. And I saw The Master Gardener, which is I'm seeing showing up tonight. And I know you never missed the Kelly Reichardt movies, so you'll
Never.
probably see that one.
I'll see it. What's tonight? Thursday night? I got to think.
And a big night tomorrow night.
Game 1, baby.
Big date with Naja tomorrow night. Naja and I are going to Radio City tomorrow night.
Oh, you have. Oh, I'm going to game 1.
You going?
Yeah, I'm
oh,
going
nice.
all of them.
Oh, good. That'll be fun. The match 200. Match.
The Mark of Zorro will get you.
You'll match for $200 of your initial deposit. Carryover, 71,284, the pick six.
Carry it over, baby. 71,284. You just said that. What else we got?
What else? We have, Delaware and Belmont. If you bet, Belmont, the big A. If you bet 75 or more on each, you get a $15 if.
You opt in. You steal my line. You can't steal my line.
Go ahead.
You opt in. What else we got?
We have the contest, $100 buy-in, cash seat prizes. We will see the pool with $2,000. If you're interested in where to find it, gotta ask Karnak. Go over to naira.com/contest.
Wow, a Karnak reference.
I love Karnak.
Karnak was great.
God, I watched this Tonight Show a lot.
I'm sure you did. I mean,
12:30 to 5.
We got a mouse in the studio.
We do? Where?
Yeah, to the right. Watch behind the table.
Does he want to be on Talking Horses later this week?
Maybe.
All right.
Acacia got freaked out by
Ernie? By Ernie Munich?
I didn't tell her the secret because that's your thing. I wanted you to tell her about it. No, it's not my thing.
It's the reason we have it. Because I used to tease Ernie and say he looked like Nosferatu. So Ernie bought the Nosferatu doll. Did you see that?
I thought maybe one of the rats came to life.
Did you see Ernie putting up enough? But did you see Ernie putting up his pics from the Alamuse Day on Twitter?
Yes.
And the cool thing was the Duty Dance was in the next race.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who would that? What year was Alamuse?
Late 80s.
So that would have been Shug.
Yeah. Oh, Duty Dance? Yeah, Duty Dance was Shug.
Okay.
Yeah, Duty Dance was definitely Shug.
She was a Phipps, an old Phipps horse.
Yeah, she was a very good horse, Duty Dance. Yeah. Anyway, we're done. Johnny I is just getting started, though. He's up next to reprise Scratch and Changes. Have a great day here at the Big A.
For almost 150 years, the Saratoga name has been synonymous with the finest quality, sustainably sourced spring water available anywhere. Saratoga carries on the rich tradition of its forefathers by crafting each stunning blue glass bottle with the same attention to detail and care that has been its hallmark for generations. Visit SaratogaSpringWater.com today or ask for us by name at your local market or restaurant. Saratoga Spring Water. Make every